Hello everybody and welcome back to the Experimenters. It's boy Lambchop here, back on the Pixelmon SMP. Yeah, it's good to be back. Now, if you watched till the end of the last episode, you already know the plan for today, and that plan is to work on an apricot farm. An automated apricot farm. So I've been playing around in creative, and there's a few things that I've kind of found out while playing with these, and I'm going to talk you through these before we get on with like building and stuff. So first of all, if you don't know, all these trees, when they generate, are generated at the exact same shape, size, and all that. So as you can see, that kind of gives us like a little base of like how to build the farm. So what I've done, because sadly you cannot plant these automatically, but even if you did, and again I'll show you this later as well, but even if you did, they don't always grow apricots straight away. So you're actually at a loss on apricots planted to apricots harvested. So the way that I'm out the way that I'm planning on doing things, if we can get up the top, is we plant a row of these, and then we take off the top, and then we have a machine that goes along the top of these, and it will harvest the apricots when they are grown, and then they'll be pushed into a collection area, which then you can use that collection area to do whatever you want. You can cook them straight away, you can have them stored up, because, you know, these logs are really cool building material. I really do like using these logs. And then the other way is, like I said, you can't replant, but what you can do is you can stand somewhere and you can plant it while it gets bone milled. It gets bone milled, you replant, it gets bone milled, it gets replanted, and then it automatically gets cut down. Now, that is good for gathering the logs, but not, like I said, not so much for the apricots. So I'm still going to build it because I like using the apricot logs in my builds. I haven't got any over this side. I think it's like all the ones over there. I think that's got some in, and yeah, I'm really enjoying that. That's like another little way you can make a pillar stand out. So you can start with a normal log, go for a little log, go for then a fence, and etc. So the plan is we are going to destroy all this side, and then we're going to build the apricot farm, and I'll bring you back in to show you exactly what I mean. It's really simple. It's not too expensive. I've got all the materials down in this barrel. So this is literally all you need. Actually, that's a lie. I do need one other thing. Do we have any spare? Hopefully. I like using shovels, so let's make some shovels. But yeah, this is all we need. So let's get into the first time lapse of the episode. Here we go. The farm is done. 90% of the way. The reason why I say 90% is because I haven't actually got it powered yet with a windmill or something. But I have plans to have like a building in between this and that, which is going to be my create hub. And I'm going to have loads of power into that. So then I can have power coming over here and another farm up there. So basically, what I was saying earlier is these will grow. As you can see, we've got a couple growing now. As they grow, this gets pushed forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. And what the deployers do is they act like you're punching or clicking, and it'll just click them up like that. And then the pusher is what I'm calling it at the back will push them into the water column for now, and it'll go all the way to a chest down there. Now, it's very primitive. This bit is just like for now, because I'm not yet decided if I'm going to have it automatically smelt these or what yet, because I might want to make this farm bigger somewhere else. So it'd be good to like get a load of these later on for later on, but I don't know. So we have got every single apricot. This is modular, so if you wanted to, you could literally just have all black apricots in one row. I'm not sure, like, the push limit. Maybe that's the thing I could test out. Maybe you could have this, like, really super long. But all depends on how much the pistons can push. I think this is, like, 17? Yeah, 17 length. So that should hopefully go ching, 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 ching. And then this is my system to, like, have it go back and forwards. So every time this connects to one of these, this will dispense into a hopper. And then that will send a signal over to the clutch, which then is it the clutch? The gear shift, sorry. The gear shift will then obviously switch over and then go zzz, 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 backwards and forwards. And I gotta say, it's not an ugly looking farm either, is it? They got a nice little blanket of colour with like these apricots popping up. So now I want to move on and do the second farm for the apricots that I said about. So I've got all the stuff in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over here. You see that wall? We're going to run into that wall and then it will be made. So let's go and do that. We're going to Harry Potter this shit. Boom! Oh, look at this. It is done. Now, it is not as big. And it looks more complicated than what it is, and you probably could make it a lot more compact than what I've done. We treat the poppy as one of the apricots. So basically what you do is you stand on the pressure plate. This will then dispense loads of bone meal. And then what you do is you just click, and then you keep placing the apricots. And then over here is an EFO hopper clock. And what you do is you have, depending on the speed I have this set at, is depending on how many you put in here. So this will just keep turning it on and off, pushing it backward forwards into the tree. Yeah, unlike placing the apricots, you can actually use the saw on the apricot trees, which then destroys the trees. And then we do have a barrel here, so literally everything that gets from this will go into the barrel. Now, I'll only be using this for the apricot logs, because like I said earlier, I like using them in builds. I think they're a really cool building material. But you don't get as much yield like you do from this. So this will be gradually over time when they grow. It'll just keep going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. You don't need to touch it. This is done. Over here, this contraption is literally a semi-auto one. So boom, 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 boom. Now again, it will need a building around it. And it does need power. And power is what we're about to sort out. It's time to go into another time lapse of us building the great tower of Pelican Town. There we go. The create building has been created. I'm so sorry. That was terrible. Forgive me. But yeah, now this has been finished, I'm really happy with how it looks. So we do have like some of these spinny cogs on the side just for decoration. Eventually, if needs be, I can have power coming off this to go somewhere, or that side can have power going that way, or even have power going into it. But for the time being, they're there for decoration. Now, as you can see, I have started getting ready to power that farm and the farm behind, which I will be showing you in 2 secs. But the question I've got to ask myself at the moment is, do I want to move the setups I have in here into this building? Or do we just use this for other new contraptions? So we do have the blaze burner set up there for brass. And upstairs we have the sheets press, and then we have the, is it precision mechanism? Yeah, the precision mechanism set up there. So do we just leave them up there and leave that here? Because what I have done, as you can see, I don't know if you remember, but I have tidied this up because this was full of cogs. This was like a cog mess. I've been slowly making the rotational speed controller and been putting that in places, and now that is so much neater. Even up here, look, it's just a lot neater instead of having tons and tons of cogs changing the speed. Now to show you the farms in action. So what we're gonna do is I'll show you the manual one to start off with. There. So it's really simple. You stand on the press plate and you place it, but I'll just show you it working, and then we can put this one up and show you. So what I have been doing as well, each of these farms will have a switch to turn them on and off. So this one is turned on and off by the pressure plate, and then this one is turned off by a lever inside the building once it's obviously connected up. So basically what you do is you put your bone meal in there, you stand on the pressure plate, and then you put your stapler in there, and this is all you do. All you do. It's really simple. It could maybe speed up if I had more rotational power, and then I could probably lower this a bit more so we can have it a bit more quicker. But for now, it's not too bad. And the only time I'm really going to be using this is if I need logs. And honestly, I can't see myself needing that many logs. And then in here, we get the apricots and the logs. Now, as you can see, no apricots has grown on the tree, so this is why this one's not practical for apricot farming. It's because each tree doesn't guarantee at least one apricot, which is kind of annoying, because this would be a pretty cool one to have, because that means you get logs and then you get apricots. But okay, Edit Lamb here. So watching back this, I did notice that the apricot is like a perfect yield, so you get as much apricots back as you place. I will do further tests on my creative world, but if you do want this, let me know in the comments and I will get a world download up with this farm and the other farm, or I'll get a schematic put up for you guys to have a play about with and see what you can come up with better than I can. Back to the video. It's pretty neat just to have a farm just to get the logs. So I'll leave that like that for now. So then eventually I'll put a building around this or something, or make it look a little bit tidier. But then we've got the main attraction over here is the actual apricot farm. And we're just going to bump, connect it up. And here it goes. Oh, no. That's not meant to be glued. Let's turn that off for now. But as you can see, look, it's harvested all the ones. And then it's pushed it down into the water column, and now they're going into the chest over there. Now, which two was it? I think it was these two. Whoops, my bad. So then we just put this back in, like so. Oh, no, okay, we might have to actually manually flick this. But as you can see, this is all it will do. It'll just go left and right, backwards and forwards, and then here it just goes blonk. Send a signal, and it gets pushed back to reset. Now, when it does get pushed back, the apricots will just be standing there until it gets pushed forwards to the water column. But this is when then you can automate it and then do stuff with it else. Like if you wanted, like I said earlier, cook it, or if you want to store it up, if you want to get them sorted, whatever. It's pretty handy, and yeah, not too bad really. Like I've built that and then just been getting this. So this will, like I said, over time get us loads of apricots, which is awesome. Okay, so now we're finished with the apricots for now. That is just going to be producing in the background. I thought it'd be cool just to give you a bit of an update on how X Peloton Town is looking. So myself and Nacho have been working on this over time. Like we haven't really communicated with each other properly, like who's doing what or whatever. We've just been like, when we're inspired to do something, we do it. So obviously we've got the create area that you've seen a lot in videos. Like this is my main area. We've got the gate, which was at the beginning of this episode, which is pretty cool. Then we've got a little water feature that Nacho made, which is pretty cool. Xcraft, because yeah, Xcraft is kind of quiet at the moment. I will get back onto it eventually. It's just this is kind of taken over for now. Then if you come up this way, we've got a lovely looking calf, which I believe he's going to be selling like smoothies and stuff like that, which is not opened yet. So I won't show you the inside until it's fully opened. Then you probably notice this in the background of buildings, but this is Nacho's house, covered up by the meteorite, which we don't talk about, okay? We don't talk about the meteorite covering his perfect view of his house. Then over here, we have the market, which obviously I built. And yeah, no one's claimed any of these shops yet, except from this one here. So we have got a vehicle mod. And this is like the setup to make the fuel for the vehicles. And then back here is the vehicle crafter. And this gives you like what you need to do to make these. I've made a dirt bike, which is in my barn. I believe Nacho's made a go-kart and Tommy's made a plane, which they're the only 3 vehicles so far on the server. Then we come this way. We've still got, this is the job board. So these are all like the builds that we kind of plan to do. So the library might come off because we have got over there a museum, but we might build a library still because, you know, it'd be really cool to fill this area up with buildings. A few of these that I kind of plan to do. For example, I kind of want to build a lumberyard. I always build a lumberyard in any of my builds for some reason. But this time, I can actually make a great lumberyard that actually produces logs. And then, yeah, we can have them crafted into like certain wood types and things, which would be pretty cool. I'd probably do that outside the walls outside the gate that way. Or maybe over in this side, because that'd be really cool to have like more farms that side. Have this like the farming area. This bit like the communal area. Then we come down here. So I don't think I have fully shown what I've been doing over here at the warehouse and smeltery area. So nothing's changed up there, but this has been decorated out now properly. And I can't remember if I did show this in the video or not, but if I did, oh well, you're getting to see it twice. And then in here, now myself and Tommy keep adding bits to this. So I've decorated the interior up here, which I do like. It's very simple, but it looks pretty cool. Got these little walkways coming over like the belts, which is just nice. And the fact you can see like the inner workings of the facility as well. Then we go down here. We have another setup that makes us the concrete powder, which we need the concrete for the vehicle mod. And then Tommy has just added this to it, and I've just like filled up the room. So where the cobblestone is where we've got to decorate, is what I've been doing. But this is so you can make any coloured concrete. So you literally put the dyes that you want in here, and it will produce the concrete powder for you. So maybe it might be a thing that we have to add a washing facility in this area somewhere, where like you just put your stuff that needs washing in a barrel, and it'll come out at another barrel. The only issue is I do lose a lot of frames now and again over here. Like, as you can probably just see, I'm chugging along right now. I do have a power off, so I can literally turn it all off. And you can see, none of it by the fans are working, because the fans are a separate system. Now for the latest build from Nacho, and it's over here. And it is the museum. Now this popped out of nowhere. I literally come on and it was here. And it actually looks really cool. I like what he's done with it. He is kind of beating me with interiors at the moment, because I still haven't done the daycare center interior. I will do it. Trust. So yeah, in here is a museum, and he's got some really cool stuff, just like it would be in a museum. It's pretty cool. Fossils. Oh, you need fossils. Which is pretty cool. And then we've got a balcony. Oh, is it a good view? I wouldn't say it's the best of views. But there you go, guys. That's all we've got time for. Next episode, I do plan on working a bit more on my gym team. I have every single Pokemon on a list written down that I want to collect. And I know the biomes and how to get them. Is just actually getting it done. So, like, for example, I need to fish for one of them, which is... yeah, you know, fishing in Minecraft, it's still sucky in Pixelmon. Fishing in Minecraft is the suckiest thing ever, but it's got to be done. It's probably the easiest way of catching this Pokemon that I want. And I'll leave that up to your imagination, which bug water type Pokemon it is. So until next time, we'll catch you in the next episode of My Face in Pixelmon. Yeah.